by the time I'd done most of my homework, which was during my mid-20s. I was very fortunate to get invited to play by John Mayall.
I would say that Eric was most influenced by Freddie King's playing. Mick Taylor was most influenced by Albert King, and Peter Green was most definitely a B.B. King devotee.
When I first met Jimi Hendrix, he talked about B.B. King. So now he comes out and plays just a couple of notes, you know, sort of. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You say what you can say with a lot of notes. You can say with B.B. King would say with a couple of notes, you know.
The wonderful thing about the Three Kings is we all learned to play from them.
The English invasion, I think that really introduced a lot of Americans, including me, to Howlin' Wolf and Slim Harpo and Muddy Waters. I probably got more exposed to that kind of Chicago blues and B.B. King, you know, through that axis of the English blues guys and Eric Clapton. It was a great gift the Brits gave us.
When Cream did Strange Brew, I hated the song so much. The only thing I could do to give it some stability or justify doing it was to quote Albert King in the guitar solo. That was the first thing that Jimmy remarked on when we met. You know, he said, "Oh, you know about that," and I would do the same thing. You dangle carrots in front of other musicians. We did that to one another.
So the British blues for me was more immediate and it was more exciting. It was louder. It tended to be a Les Paul guitar and Marshall amp. It was more rock.
We do it better. That was the thing. We do it better. But it seemed to have had that elevation, that difference, when the white boys start to singing the blues. And they really put it on a different kind of a scale.
All the great blues musicians initially did only play to black audiences. And that's why that when they came over to Europe to find that they were revered like gods, it was like a big surprise to most of them.
We didn't hardly play for any white artists. Every once in a while, I'd have Eric Clapton and them laughing right now. It was Eric Clapton, Paul Butterfield, Michael Bloomfield. When they started showing up in clubs in Chicago, we wasn't making enough money to buy a bottle of whiskey, so we'd go to next door to get the bottle of wine at the liquor store, which was cheaper. And every time I saw a white face, I said, "Look out, man, there's a cop in the house," you know. And that was these kids coming in, picking up on the type of blues that Muddy and we all was playing.
When I was 17 at a club in Beaumont called The Raven, I had a fake ID and got in.
We were playing, and I saw these four white people come in, and one was extra white, Johnny Winter.
I kept sending the band members up to ask him if it was okay if I played, and he didn't even know if I could play at all.
Can he play? He said, yes. And he said, will you let him play? I said, I don't know. I'll let you know in a little while.
We were the only white people in the club, and he'd been having tax problems, and he thought we were from the IRS come to bust him for his taxes.
So I was so shocked and surprised that it wasn't about the IRS till it took me a little while to kind of get my feet back on the ground, you know.
He kept saying, well, we have arrangements. I've heard all your records. I know all your arrangements. He has to see my union card. Yeah, he really checked me out.
I let him sit in, and he was good. I'll tell you, he was good. Well, I tried him. I went through 3 or 4 different keys that a lot of guys are not too familiar with, and I was enjoying it. But he was a genuine guy.
So he's a saint. He's a blues saint.
Many of these young players coming along today have been really turned on by the way you play the guitar. People like Mike Bloomfield.
Oh, he's
Do you hear yourself coming back from those bands?
Well, yes, I believe I do. I don't want to stick my neck out there, but I think so. But I'm grateful that some of them seem to like me. I'm grateful because to me, it seemed to open a few doors for us that seemed like that was never going to be open.
Oh, because I think your love so bad. Need a soft voice that talk to me at night.
The first chance to play in front of a wide audience is like, who are these people? And, you know.
I sent my road manager in and told him to go and tell Bill I was there, but I thought it was the wrong place, so we were going to leave. So Bill came back out with the road manager and came on the bus, sit down. He said, no, you're at the right place.
I happened to be there. The opening act was Otis Rush and Steve Miller and B.B. King.
And he said, ladies and gentlemen, now would you believe that when he said that, you could hear a pin drop? He said, I bring you the chairman of the board, B.B. King. I've never been introduced like that before or since. When he mentioned my name, they all stood up. And for about 3 or 4 tunes after that, they would stand up after every tune. And I was so touched till I cried standing up there.
You know, it's like watching a chandelier. All I could see was his tears and the diamond ring that he had to wipe his tears. And I was still washing dishes at the time. I was living with my mom. And when I saw B.B. receive that kind of adulation, that kind of honor, I said, this is what I want.
So I felt weird. Felt real weird. But I did it. And after that, I cried back up the stairway.
It's like when Nat King Cole broke through, and they accepted him. So we kept doing that after the initial 68 period, working the Fillmore.
just not common. So when it didn't happen,
I get to kick it with the fellas.
Feel mighty good to me.
My kind of music.
Woo! Fellas have to say, I believe God's gonna turn it. God's gonna turn it around. Fellas never say it again, but I believe God's gonna turn it. God's gonna turn it around. One verse right here. Times are hard every now and then, and you're feeling like you can't win now. Just know He's there, and He'll answer your prayer.